in South Florida for the 2014 Discover Orange Bowl. We have Ohio State defensive players here today that you're going to be able to ask questions and be able to see what the media is asking them. If you guys would like, go ahead and introduce yourselves, and we'll get this thing started.
Hi, my name's Chad. I'm coming in hot from DC.
I'm Josh, up here in Marietta, Ohio, and I'm ready to talk to the Ohio State players.
Hey, I'm Matthew, coming in from Buffalo, New York, wearing my dad's actual game jersey from the 70s.
Hi, I'm Jason from Akron, Ohio. Big Buckeye fan here, ready to ask some questions.
Guys, I apologize. We actually had the offensive players here for Ohio State today. We're going to get things started here in a second. We'll be right on over here, and let's talk to some players. First person I'm going to go talk to is Jack Mueller. Jack is an offensive tackle, senior offensive tackle for the Buckeyes. Let's see what he has to say.
All year long, we're watching Clemson on TV, explosive offense, very good defense, and now we get an opportunity to play them. I think that's going to be a lot of fun for me and the rest of the team, so looking forward to it.
Like a lot of guys on this team probably haven't ever won a bowl game. It's been a while for you guys. How important is that for you guys to get that done?
I think it's very important just to to go out on top, especially for us seniors. To bounce back from a tough Michigan State game, and overall in a career, just to kind of show, finishing our careers on top. With Coach Tressel, we were there, and my freshman year we won a Rose Bowl and then a Sugar Bowl, and it kind of went down for a year, but to show that we pulled ourselves back out of it and go out on top would be really important to us older guys.
Following on the question they had in there, a lot of people would say that the whole thing played both ways. You're disappointed that you weren't not in Pasadena, but it can motivate you, or you can linger and drag down your performance.
Yeah, I don't think it's in our nature as a team, as competitors, to be, sulking or held down by something that has happened. Obviously, it was tough for us, like Corey mentioned, for about a week, but we got over it, and with each other, we moved past it, and like I said, we're competitors, and we're looking at the next one. So it's going to be a great challenge, and we're looking forward to Friday night. Yep.
Hey, Jack.
This virus thing. Ooh, I don't know the exact number. A lot of guys are getting it though. So I know myself, I've been very precautious. A lot of hand washing, a lot of sanitizer, shirt over the mouth and nose if I have to sometimes. So I don't want to get that. It's kind of a nasty bug going around, but I don't think it lasts long. Some guys are already getting over it, so it should be all right.
There's quite a few.
Yeah, there's a good number of guys that have it.
Jack, we got a question over Google Plus from Josh from Ohio.
Hey, Jack. I was wondering what has been your biggest learning moment this season, not only as a player but as a person?
This season, I think the Michigan State game would be something I would choose as a big learning moment. Obviously, that was the game that broke our long winning streak, but it was kind of a representation of life in general. Sometimes you're up, but you're going to be down at some point. You can't be on the up and up always. So I think that was a learning moment as far as learning how to get over something and showing character and resiliency. So that's what I remember, and I can't say that I really enjoyed losing to Michigan State, but I can say that we learned from it. So.
Yeah. Kind of follow up on the question that was asked to Corey. Are you guys getting a little not just yet, but trying to savor these last days even more so than usual.
Yeah.
Being around the guys.
Yeah, I think we're spending a lot more time around each other. I mean, obviously we spend a lot of time around each other, but we're all kind of so good at these last week. So it's going to be tough leaving these guys. These 4 other seniors, or 3 other seniors are my best friends in the world right now. So I love them, and I think that's part of the reason that we've been so successful as a unit is just because off the field we love each other so much that on the field you don't want to let each other down. So I'm definitely going to miss them, and like I said, we're embracing this last week.
Yeah. Intellectually, you knew this was the last game. This would be happening. When would it really sink in? When did it really start?
I think when we got down here to Miami, back in Columbus, we're practicing, and you're kind of isolated. You don't know what day it is. You're in the indoor field. You're getting up early, and you just got a lot of stuff going there. When you get down here, it kind of hits you. Change of scenery, kind of makes it all sink in. So I think it really hit me when we got off the plane to Miami. That's just kind of the last hurrah.
Guys gonna do anything special hanging around?
We got a lot of cool team events planned. We went down to South Beach last night. We're going to the beach today. I know it's raining right now, but it's kind of the perfect fat guy weather for the beach, no sun. So yeah, I mean we're gonna have fun no matter what as long as we're around each other. So.
Awesome, Jack. We got another question from Google Plus.
I got good morning, and what do you love most about football?
Number one thing that I love about football is the brotherhood and the teammates and the locker room that goes along with it. Like I mentioned, these 3 other guys that I've been here with, other offensive linemen, are my best friends in the world. So I can really say that I love all my teammates and I do anything for them. I never had brothers growing up, so this is what I got, and I couldn't ask for anything more. It's been a great ride, and I know when my time's up here in a couple of days that's going to be the number one thing I miss the most is the locker room with my teammates.
Who, if you could pick out one player, who are you closest to in the locker room?
I would just have to say those 3 other seniors. I can't pick one guy. That would be fair. Those 3 seniors that I started my career with, Andrew Norwell and Marcus Hall and Corey Lindsay. Obviously, Andrew came in a year later, but he's an adopted class of '09 guy. So I think those are the 3 guys I'm close to. I go to war with them every day, and they know everything about me. I know everything about them. So I love those guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Jack.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take it down.
Interesting. I've never seen that one before. You guys were kind of asking there about
I mean, I think about that and when I'm getting ready for practice, I'm thinking about preparation and getting ready for this game. I think about what losing this game would mean at this university. I'm not sure it's that drastic because we're going to do great. We've done great this season. We're going to do great in the future. We've done great in the past. So I don't think this season is like the end-all, be-all, for our legacy. It's a university, but for us, yeah, for the seniors, definitely. The seniors and seniors only, it'll definitely turn around things. Yeah, I did. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe says something. All right.
What did you decide their front 7 defense?
Would I say that?
Would you be surprised at that?
Oh, not at all. They're excellent players. I mean, on film, I would say I don't want to see defensive backs at all, but they're definitely excellent players. So I mean, to say that they're the strength of the team, I wouldn't be surprised.
In particular, the guys inside. Who in that group, the guys that you'll be dealing with head on head?
Both of these guys are extremely good players. I know everybody talks about their defensive ends. Both of them are extremely good players. I can tell that, I apologize, I don't know their coach, but I can tell that they have an excellent D-line coach just by how much they use their hands, how well they use their hands. They're just, as an offensive lineman, I appreciate that because a lot of players that you typically face don't use their hands very well. They use their hands in a certain manner forward, but they're very good. They're technically sound. We're definitely going to have to be on our A games in a lot of situations, or else those guys can make us look very bad.
How would you, I guess, compare
Yeah. I would say that both are inside guys who are a little smaller than Penn State's defensive tackle they had, but about the same. They're more technically sound than him. But they definitely have the athleticism. I think that they're as athletic as Penn State's defensive tackle. In terms of hands, I don't think we've faced teams that are technically sound. But I don't have anybody Jonathan Hankins, Mike Bennett on our team. I remember Hank was extremely good. You guys look like Hank, honestly, and they look like Mike Bennett. Mike Bennett is an extremely technical player, and I'm excited to watch him. I think it's tough to watch.
The other thing I'm interested in is you guys, they do your jobs and do them soundly within the bounds of how you draw it up on the board. And if something happens and Braxton's getting a play, do you guys ever still now or ever you watch it and you iterate later and you wow, how do you do that?
Yeah, oh yeah, do that all the time. We'll always be, it usually happens when either our receivers either have good coverage or one of us messes up, so we'll talk about that. And then for a second, then the film will wind, or the film will go, and we just see it, zigzagging all over the place, and then we just kind of rewind it. We're like, did he really do that? So yeah, I mean, we definitely appreciate that.
Was there seminal moments in the time you played with particular game?
I mean, there's almost too many to count. The one that pops in my mind is just playing Indiana, which just ran all over the place. You could an 80-yard run that he had against team up north. I mean, I could go on for probably 20 minutes of that.
Because you can't prepare for that as a defense.
It's just the variable that you can't account for. That's what makes our scheme so good. Is it like there's a bunch of variables we try to isolate that we try to make you unable to account for them, and then he's just another one that we don't even plan for. It's just there, so, try to get the defensive coach's heads moving.
Corey, everybody's billing this kind of as a, going to be a shootout. Do you feel as an offense pressured to have to score to maybe keep up?
Not with, that's our goal. I wouldn't say that I feel pressure. I don't feel pressure from the sense that it's going to be a necessity. I just feel pressure that that's just our goal. That's what we do. We score points. We've done it this in the past, and we'll do it again. Our goal is to do it again. And but from a defensive standpoint, if that's what you're referring to, I don't feel that there's a necessity at all. They've done a heck of a job preparing. They got great players. They just need maybe a little bit more communication at times. I don't know. I'm not really good with defense.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, with all the injuries and they're gonna have some guys missing. It's just, do you feel like you can come in and throw on a number, score like 17 points and win, or do you feel like we need to put up some points to win this?
With as good as the offense they're gonna have, we're probably gonna have to put up more than 17 points. It's just the nature of the beast. I'm not saying that our defense can't shut them out or anything, but they've got extremely good wideout. They got extremely good quarterback.
Right.
It's just we've got extremely good players too. I don't feel like anybody in the country can shut us out. And so I think that we're gonna have to score some points just in general.
How would you assess the defensive interior line for Clemson? Because they've got a ton of tackles for loss this year, but they've had mixed successes.
I would say that they're extremely technically sound. I said earlier that I don't know their defensive line coach, but I know that he's a great defensive line coach just by how well they use their hands, how well how athletic they are, how they're always in a great position. I rarely see them out of position, and so it's going to be extremely hard to exploit them with my technique.
because I'm used to getting a guy out of position that I can, take him down or something. But with these guys, it's going to be a grind,
What else was the
My helmet. I'm hard-headed, so I won't get it fixed. I like the way it fits, but my nose doesn't. So.
When did it happen?
It's been happening all season. It's scarred
it's
up.
just been,
Yeah. It just happened yesterday. I don't remember when. Yeah, one of those plays. Corey, what do you miss about playing with Jack specifically? I know you're talking about kind of emotional these final days. Yeah. What do you miss most about playing with him specifically? His drive is, in terms of on the field, it is the level of communication, the ease of communication we have. He can always just, bend down a little bit, ask me questions, and it's no big deal. And Jack definitely on the field shows a level of passion that is rarely seen in college football. And just his overall attitude towards the game, I'll definitely miss.
Is it hard to think about the end? I mean, he was talking about before you guys went, they were talking about January team meetings, and obviously that's not for you guys. Is it hard to think about not being in that grind with them?
Yeah, it is, but we got Jack and I and a lot of the guys on our team, the seniors, we all have aspirations to play, keep doing this game, and we can't really stop and think about that. We just gotta keep going. I gotta keep pushing, and someday, and hopefully in March or April, I'll come back and sit down, watch bowl practice, and it'll be enjoyable. We can reminisce, but. At this moment, we gotta win this game. We gotta go and train. We just gotta keep going.
Corey, yesterday, a question from Google Plus. Matt.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the offensive line. I don't think it's any secret that the offensive line has improved a bit over the last couple of seasons. I just wondering if you could talk about how much of that is Ed Warner and how much of that is you guys just maturing and getting older as players, and how he's got you guys preparing for this game.
It's a collective effort. Coach Warner's a great coach, but if he's got guys that don't buy into the program, that makes Bear Bryant look bad, and it's our hard work combined with Coach Warner's level of, his knowledge about the game, his knowledge about technique, O-line, and the intensity that he coaches with. It's all a collective effort, and I wouldn't be here without him. I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in without him, but I also owe a little credit to myself for working as hard and buying into his system and believing in him wanting to help me as a player.
Awesome. We got one more from Jason. Jason, what's your question?
Do you know if there's any game plan to get Kenny Guiton in the game?
I don't. Sorry.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thanks, Thanks, final.
You said you've been friends with Taj for a while. Can you take us back to your touchdown connection in the Army game? What do you remember about that? Under Armour.
I don't know. A long time ago. Too long ago. Yeah, somewhere here. But there was a time when you were in that game, he was coming to Ohio State at that time, wasn't he? I mean, do you remember that much about that? He was talking about it. Yeah, it was close to I don't know. I think people were so close. That's a part of it. Obviously, it wasn't a big coming. I mean, he's doing really well in Clemson. So I'm happy with him. But is that what makes this college football kind of interesting, though? Billy, is that y'all get to know each other and you think you're all going to be. I mean, but you know him better than the average guy. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. I mean, especially if you get to go to camps and something, these people at combine, compete against them. And then, I mean, like you said, some people say they're good in college, that ends up changing up. Being able to play against them, that's the part that I enjoy most.
Hey, what did you guys address, do you think, most in this last month offensively that maybe let y'all down in the championship game? I mean, what y'all get after more than anything else, you think, in the last month?
We didn't really focus on corrections as much. We focused more on ball security and conditioning because
Coach Meyer feels that those are two things that kind of slip away during bowl season. So I mean, we've been doing a lot of running, a lot of tempo stuff at practice, and they really penalized here for Michael Boston because obviously trying to ball over, you're not going to win the game. So we're focusing on not turning the ball over and just more touchdowns.
When Boykin got the interception tonight, did you cheer? I mean, what did you do? What was your reaction?
Yeah, I screamed. I was on Ocean Drive, and I screamed as loud as I can. And I didn't really care who was around me. I mean, it really didn't matter at that point. He was the winner of the Super Bowl now.
You know, people talk about it. You know, you give Coach Meyer a month to prepare for a team like in a bowl game. You know, there's no one better in the business. What's he been like this month? Obviously, it's a little different because you guys had hoped to be getting ready for the national title game. What's he been like? Different, you know, because obviously this is the first time you guys have ever played for him getting ready for a bowl game.
Yeah, he's been letting us have a lot of fun. I mean, I think he's letting us relax a little more and kind of when it's time to lock in, and when it's time to have fun. And I think, like I said, the game plan that they put together is incredible, and you can see the growth of the defense. Even during this bowl practice, a lot of young guys in defense are now doing some things that they weren't doing before, and he's kind of getting the best out of everybody. I mean, they're giving him so much time to just prepare and develop players. I think he's really good.
Obviously, you can't give away the secrets of the game plan, what you're putting together, but give Buckeye Nation, the fans, a little hint. What might we see and how dynamic might it be? Because it's been pretty dynamic, but we're going to see some wrinkles maybe, or.
I mean, you'll see a team that comes out fast like at the beginning of the year. I don't think we'll ever come out as slow as we did in the Big Ten game. So I mean, you'll see a team that comes out fast and is playing hard from start to finish. Just send the senior class out with a victory.
You're going to make them dizzy so fast.
Thanks, man. Good answer on the MVP.
Corey, we have a question from Josh on Google Plus, right over here. Josh, what's your question?
Hey, Corey. I was wondering, what has been the mood around the team since the Big Ten championship game, your mood and the team's mood?
Oh, it's been good. I mean, we kind of squashed every negative thing that we had in the locker room after the game. So it's been really good. I think the leader's done a good job of just kind of getting everybody to forget about it and move on because you can't do anything about it now. I mean, it's time to move on and try to get another victory. So it's been really good.
Very cool. How much has senior leadership impacted being able to get past that one loss that you guys had this year?
It's huge. I mean, to have leaders on offense and defense, you got to be able to help the young guys because a lot of these young guys came in. I mean, some of them haven't lost yet. That was their first loss, so I mean, they're not really used to losing in college, and they don't know how to handle it. But obviously, you got to show them the way. You show them how to get back up and correct your mistakes so you won't do it again, and then come back out this next game and get a win.
Very cool. We have one more question from Matt. Matt, what's your question?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if with guys like Miller and Hyde getting a lot of airtime, I just wonder if you, like the receivers, ever feel like you get overshadowed at all, or if you don't mind that, or if it helps you kind of focus on what you're doing.
No, not at all. I mean, they get the attention they deserve. As long as the O-line gets the attention that they deserve, I think everybody's happy at the end of the day.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Finish these things.
If we Last stop, we're going to come over here to Carlos Hyde. We're going to wrap things up for Ohio State's offensive part of the press conference.
It's just what comes to my mind. Whatever I'm feeling at that moment, I just say it.
Do you have a big Miami fan? Chance the Browns going to be on the sideline Friday?
I'm actually a big LeBron fan, not a Miami Heat, so LeBron's a different team. I'm a fan of them. I think LeBron would be I'm pretty sure he's a big Ohio State fan, so I mean, it would make sense if he was.
Who was the offensive MVP this year? If you had to pick out one player to label MVP, who would you give it to?
I would say Marv's line. I have to You know, I gotta give credit to those guys because the success I'm having, you know, is definitely from those guys. So, you know, can't just pick out one person. I have to say the whole offensive line.
Is Hireman like a sixth offensive lineman for you guys?
He definitely is. He definitely plays. He has a big part in my success also. So yeah, you're right. He's like a sixth offensive lineman.
He's kind of coming around as a pass catcher too, right?
Yeah, he definitely makes plays as a tight end down the field. Big explosive plays in the passing game for us.
Coach was saying yesterday's practice was the best practice he thinks he's ever had. Did you notice some of the things he did yesterday at all? Or?
I know it's a little bad. I saw him making some catches and stuff. But I feel like he always practices like that.
Okay.
To me personally, Coach Meyer probably don't think that. To me personally.
In crunch time games, you've been so clutch for this team this year. You know you're getting the ball done well with the ball in your hands. That's a moment. Those are moments you relish, right? Those are the moments you live for when you can run down the clock and defeat the will of another team late in the game.
I mean, yeah. I mean, when you got an offensive line like me, you know, it makes it kind of easy. So, and to be able to, you know, like you said, to close out a game is huge. You know, not too many teams can close out a game. You know, you see some teams when they be up late in the game and they get the other team the ball when they could have closed it out, and the other team ends up scoring and game over for them. So, to be able to close the game out, you know, that's huge. And me and my offensive line, you know, we take pride in that. Because we know that at some point in this game that they're going to call on us to close this game out. And when they call on us, you know, we take advantage of it and you know, come through.
Do you have to have a different mindset as a running back late in the fourth quarter, knowing that you got to get a first down to run out that clock? Do you have to sort of change modes at all, knowing that all 11 guys are coming for you on every play?
Yeah, definitely. Because like you said, because now you know that everybody is keyed in on you because everybody know that everybody get the ball. So, you know, now you got to make not just one person miss. Now you got to make a couple guys miss to get this first down or get the yards that you need. Keep the drive going. So the mindset definitely has to change.
What was the highlight of your season? Is there a single play that you can think of?
The Iowa game. That's my highlight of the season. That was the best run I've had, so that's the highlight.
How many times have you watched the replay? You record it on SportsCenter or anything like that?
Nah, I actually just go on YouTube and watch it. I've seen the video numerous times. You know, I can't just give you a number off the top of my head. I still watch it. I didn't just watch it 2 days ago. So.
Have you committed to an All-Star game yet?
I just committed to the Senior Bowl.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay, good. So, did you find out who else is going to be playing in that?
No, I really don't. I don't know who's going with me.
Okay. I'll pick up your offensive line, I suppose.
I hope so. That would be awesome. I could play with a couple of my offensive linemen on there. You know, we run that way.
You have to research what the record for rushing yards in the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, that's another one. I look that up after this game.
That's an achievement, though, for you, isn't it, Carlos? I mean, that's the premier All-Star game and stuff. To get to that, and be invited to that, how does it make you feel?
Makes me feel like I handled my business this year. You know? I feel like I did everything right. And to get invited to the Senior Bowl is awesome. You know, not too many guys get to get this chance and to have this opportunity. It's pretty sweet. You know, I'm thankful for it.
You know, you might have been asked before I walked up, but you know, you've tweeted a few times. You almost feel like this is kind of becoming your hometown, or you know, this area and stuff. Has your family moved here, or just you just feel like?
I have a bunch of friends who live here. Yeah. And you know, I'm always coming down here and hanging out with those guys. You know, and just enjoying life basically. Instead of going over to Naples, I have my friends. They come over here and they meet me here, and you know, we just kick back and enjoy life.
What is it about this area, this way of life that attracts you? I mean, what do you like about it? You know, I mean, you know, put it in words. I mean, you know, like LeBron took his talents to South Beach. You know.
I don't blame him. I see why. just the weather, the environment around here, and it's always pretty, it's always nice, except for the day it's raining. But, in Florida, the rain can go away at any minute, so, it's like a beautiful day here all the time, you get used to the weather, Naples is, I didn't even own a jacket in here, so, like the weather and the people around here. I ain't gonna go too far, but it's just a beautiful place.
Yeah,
Did you watch the Fiesta Bowl? I'm sure you did when you were a kid. University of Miami, the double overtime game. Did you watch that game?
I didn't watch it. I've seen highlights. I've seen the last part of the game where they called the pass interference. I think. Ohio State another chance, and Ohio State scored at the end of the game.
Were you a fan at all of Ohio State or no at that point?
No, not too much. I didn't even watch football then for real.
Okay. Do people talk about that still? That game at all? Ever ask you about it or anything?
They don't ask me about it, but I'm sure people down in Miami still think about it and don't like it, especially if they get it.
That might be true.
I'm pretty sure that is true.
All right, guys, last question.
Carlos, the defenders yesterday for Ohio State were asked if they'd ever face an offense like Clemson, and they said y'all every day in practice. Y'all guys feel like extra intensity and pressure in practice, knowing that you guys have to simulate this high-powered offense, to get the defense ready for this game?
Well, I actually don't do their offense. I run our offense because I have to prepare myself for their defense. So I'm sure the scout team's down there giving those guys a great look. I actually heard a couple scout team players talking about, that Coach Meyer was excited yesterday that, the defense, they were down there triggering, just playing together. So I think the scout team's down there giving them a good look. I'm sure they'll be ready.
Carlos, thanks.
Carlos, Craig Handel with the News Press. We've talked a couple of times. It's been great working with you the last couple of years. We'll keep in touch with you. Good luck.
Oh, there it is.
Jack, hop in there. We need a group shot. Both players.
Right in the middle.
What do you want to do?
I had to reintroduce myself. Me too. I'm in that.
There it is.
All right. Where do you want me? Seriously.
Let's do it. Come behind Corey. Directly on Corey.
Right here?
No,
Let's go.
So we are. Hey, come on in. Oh, yeah. Oh, 5 seconds? No. Ready? Here you go, guys. Here, one. Look at this camera first. 1, 2. 1, 2. Last one. 1, 2. All right, y'all can post me. Y'all be all post. There you go. There you go. Perfect. Thank you.
Hey, whoa.
Same error. I like the post shot.
All right, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. All right, guys. That concludes the second day of Media Day here in South Florida.
Yes.
Ohio State's game. Guys, wait for the Eagles. Bye, people.
Bye, Google.
Thanks a lot, guys. We're going to be back here in about 10 minutes. Please email us your questions at ob@orangebowl.org. If you have any questions from Clemson defense, they're coming up in about 10 to 15 minutes. So come back and see us in a little bit. Hey guys, we're back on day 2 of Media Day here in South Florida for the 2014 Discover Orange Bowl. Got a couple guys over next door to us doing some press conferences, but we have some of the players here with us, so we're going to take an opportunity to talk to Stephon Anthony right now. If you guys have any questions for Steph, please ask. Google Hangout with us? Got a couple guys online right now that want to ask some questions. Who do we have up first? First we have Jason. Jason, what's your question?
Got it.
What would you say is the high and low point of your season this year?
What would you say the high and low point of the season is?
I say the high point of our season is opening up with Georgia and getting a big win and starting the season off the right way. And I guess the low point would be, the 2 losses that we had against Florida State and South Carolina, turning the ball over, and you can't beat great teams with turning the ball over.
This is definitely one of those great teams. What's going to be the key of making sure that something like South Florida or Florida State or that doesn't happen?
We got to take care of the football and, just being in South Florida, I feel like this team has grown, being here before, and that we can show the maturity that it takes to play in this game and be focused and be ready.
What's Coach doing to get you guys ready?
Oh, man, just little things, man, as far as technique and things that we have, plays, and getting us ready for the game.
Who do we have up next? Next, we have Nathan. Nathan, what's your question?
Do you have any pregame rituals before big games like this?
Before big games.
I do the normal. I pray before every game, and I guess that'll be the norm.
No, like Big Mac cheeseburgers or anything like that? Nothing like that? All right.
Nah, same thing every game.
What kind of music do you like to listen to?
I'm more a J. Cole type of guy.
What do you do the night before?
The night before, as a team, we go to the movies. We have the team meeting, and after that, kind of just relax.
What's the best movie that you guys saw so far this year?
Probably Homefront. Homefront was a pretty good movie.
Homefront?
Yep, Homefront.
What else we got?
I'm good?
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to head over here to Vic Beasley next. Vic is our junior defensive end here at Clemson University.
Got great players.
The way that they look at their offensive line, they look at it as one of the better offensive lines they've ever had. I don't understand. What is unique about them? I mean, you mentioned the physical, but what else about them would maybe speak to why they've been able to run the ball?
Great backs, Braxton Miller and Colin Side. They're both great players and open up for the offensive line.
You all as a defense, you've been able to get into the backfield a lot. I think you're tops in the nation in tackles for loss this year. I know you've had a bunch. Why is that? What is it about your defense that allows you all to create problems in other teams' backfields?
I believe it's just our athletic ability. Front seven is great front seven for us. Great agility and better defense in the fourth often. They play great all year. They just come into big games and be ready to make big plays.
Is it a combination of just, you got great athletes obviously, but that speed and then combined with Coach Venables, when he comes up with scheme-wise, it seems like he's a sort of a brilliant football mind. I guess all that sort of comes together?
Yeah, I would say so. Coach Venables has been great for us the past 2 years. And he just puts us in great positions to make plays.
What about what do you see as being most crucial for you all as a defense to take away from that?
I would say our movements up front. I believe that we are quicker than them. I mean, offensive line always good guys, and I feel like we a lot quicker than the offensive line.
They have Big Ten teams have a reputation of being maybe a step slower. It's been that way for years. Teams think that when they play them, they feel like they might have a speed advantage. Do you all look at that from a defensive standpoint? You kind of alluded to that. Do you all feel like, as you come into the game, that you maybe have a little bit of an advantage or just being able to run to the football?
Not necessarily. I believe in all big games, teams come ready to play, so you just got to be ready to expect anything from any big team.
You mentioned Braxton Miller. What is it that he poses a threat in so many ways? How many ways? I mean, what all can he do that gives you some concerns?
There's just a lot of intangibles that he has, a God-given ability that just scares defenses.
Because of what happened when Clemson came here a couple years ago, how big is this game for Clemson? How big is this game for the defense?
It's real big. Despite having 70 points put on us 2 years ago, we're trying to get a win here now. Just a tough opponent. We're just going to try to bounce back from 2 years ago.
When you think about what both teams coming in here, both teams throughout the season, they're looking at a chance to play for the national championship. And both teams had huge highs and some disappointments. Do you feel like both teams come into this equally hungry to leave their seasons on a positive note?
I think so. Both of us had opportunities, like you said, to play for the national championship. We both failed at that. We're going to come into this game with a chip on our shoulder and try to bounce back from 2 years ago.
Let me get one thought on from Carlos Hyde. He came in here today and he said he actually looked up the number of yards for the Orange Bowl record of rushing. And he's like, that's my objective. I want to try to reach that goal, which I think is like 226 yards, something like that. I mean, it's a very specific goal. He's a very goal-driven player. When you watch him on tape, what do you see? I mean, he's averaging like 7 yards a carry, something like that. Do you get some explanation when you watch him on tape as to why he's had that kind of success statistically?
Yeah, I mean, he got a good offensive line, so there's no reason for him not to have that many yards. I mean, not to take away from that he's a good back, but with an offensive line like that, it helps out a lot.
Cool. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome, Vic. We got some questions on Google+. We're doing Google+ live hangout right now. Would you care to answer some questions from the fans? Awesome. First up, we have Nathan. Nathan, what's your question, buddy?
He did just mention the offensive line, and I was just wondering what is he planning to do to get past that to get towards Taj Boyd and get some sacks for this game. What is the game plan to get past the offensive line?
The offensive line?
Yeah, get past their offensive line.
Oh, just different speed rushes and different rushes here and there. I think I'll be able to beat them a couple times here and there.
Cool. How do they compare to some of the other offensive lines that you've seen this year?
They're very physical. I like to compare them to Boston College because they're very physical. They might be better up front, actually, than Boston College, but it'll be a sight to see on January 3rd.
Absolutely. So, talking about in preparation to this game, what are some of the things that you guys are doing this year to prepare? You saw some bowl success last year in the Chick-fil-A. What are you guys doing to try to replicate that?
We're just trying to go out and play hard. I mean, 2 years ago, I think we kind of worked ourselves a little too much. Was on our feet a little too much. So Coach Winnie gave us a lot of rest now. So it's going to benefit on January 3rd.
You think that additional rest and relaxation that you guys have had, we've taken a look at your schedule compared to 2 years past. You guys do have a lot of time to just downtime, a lot of time to relax, hang out with each other. Do you think that kind of low-key mentality is helping you guys out in preparing?
Definitely. It always helps us to form a team around here and there. Just be around each other and just talk about the hype and all the things that we'd like to accomplish in the game. I think that's helped us out a lot.
Cool. What are some of the team bonding activities you guys have done since you've been out here?
Just going to the beach outing, just going to the mall, just doing different things and getting together and just having a good time.
How have you enjoyed South Beach so far?
It's been fun. It's been a great experience for me. I don't know if I can live here, but it'd be a great place for a vacation.
Absolutely, absolutely. Who do we have up next here? Next up, we have Jason. Jason, what do you got for us, bud?
Hey, how you doing? I was just wondering if it makes it easier for you guys to prepare with your offenses very similar.
Somewhat. I think they run the ball more than our offense, actually. But going against Taj and Sammy and Tyron and dropping down with helps us out a lot. Just getting a great experience the whole year for preparing us for this game.
Cool. So, obviously you're a junior this year. Any plans on coming back next year?
I have thought about it, but I'm not focused about that right now. Just trying to get this one in out here on January 3rd.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So, as far as your senior leadership goes this year, that's been a big topic with both teams. What's your senior leadership been like? What have they been able to provide you guys to give you guys the edge in this game?
Just hype and confidence throughout every game. I mean, throughout the whole season, they have helped us out a lot. I think our leader on defense, I would say, is Spencer Shuey. As a senior, he just keeps us going. He picks the defense up whenever we're feeling bad.
So, as far as avoiding any kind of laws in your defense, what kind of intensity are you guys looking to come out with? You don't want to come out flat. It's a big game. How do you avoid stuff like that?
We really just got a hype mentality for every game. Mm-hmm. Like I said, Spencer motivates us and gets us going, and just other guys on the team, we just feed off of that. Mm-hmm. We just come into every game expecting to win and just expecting to accomplish great things and leave a legacy for Clemson University.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Vic. Really appreciate it. Do we have any more questions for Vic? I think we're going to move on. Thanks a lot. Appreciate your time. All right, next up, we're going to go across the room. We're going to start having people file in here. The main media press conference just concluded, so we're going to have all members of the media, as you see, start to file in here. We'll take some questions from the media and let you guys listen into what they have to say.
Where's our
I would just say that the authenticity of it just kind of been raised.
No, I don't say that present a problem. It's also his own team, the power. But the things about the same, they got really good players to execute it. So as far as problems, I don't see a problem. It's gonna be it's coming down to the physical matchup, getting it done.
We talked to two of them today, and they talked to us about your technique and the high efficiency and using the defense. Playing, you're kind of undersized for the position you play. Is that what gives you the edge when you go up against guys that are substantially bigger than you?
No, I wouldn't say that's what gives me my edge. Just my drive inside me gives me my edge. As far as the size battle stuff, I didn't stop paying attention to that since I came to Clemson. I mean, it don't come down to that. It come down to what's on the field and just playing hard. And I just feel like with me being shorter than a couple guys, it gives me leverage sometimes on them. So use it to my advantage versus using it as a
yeah, you don't ever want to feel that again.
When you you watch the lower point other than the technical stuff every once in a while. How do you do that?
Yeah, he's a real good athlete. So he's probably the fastest quarterback I've ever seen. So yeah, just the way he break out from guys and don't get caught from behind, and you just got to get him before he get going. So, and he's a really good thrower. He makes a lot of good passes. So I just feel like he's a really good athlete, really good quarterback. And it's gonna be fun going against them. And you know, when you playing college football, these are the kind of games you want to play against really good, against the best players in the country. You know, I heard about them, you know, coming out of high school, so I feel like this is gonna be a good opportunity.
Braxton or James?
Oh no, that's tough. That's tough.
Different styles.
Yeah, different styles. Both really great quarterbacks. I don't know. Honestly,
That's probably not a fair question, but
Yeah.
I just wanted to throw it out.
I think the style's too different for the schools.
Yeah.
A couple of your teammates even said he's got the toughness like Connor Shaw has. Any lessons you can take or takeaways from facing Jameis already and a guy like Connor headed into this game?
Yeah, just you against top quarterbacks like that, top quarterbacks in the nation, you can't afford to have mistakes. So you got to capitalize on the opportunities that we do get, and so when you're going against the best guys in the nation, there's not a lot of room for error, and everybody on defense has to be on the game because we work as a whole unit. If one person messes up on the defense, and the whole thing is thrown off. So I feel like going against the quarterbacks that we've been against, the Aaron Murray, Jameis, just learning. I feel like that has prepared us, and but I still feel like we're going against a whole different animal in Braxton Miller just because it just brings so much to the table. Just the quarterback runs, the escaping pressure, and then just making the on the dime throws. So I feel like we have a great challenge ahead of us, and but I feel like we can be ready.
The old cliche is that the Big Ten has the big physical guys up front on the offensive line. Is that true watching the tape, or are they similar to anybody y'all have seen already?
I mean, it is. But we've been against big offensive line. And your size don't play for you. So, they're good players, but just because you're big and physical, we're not going to lay down.
Right.
Just because somebody might be taller than us. But it's going to be a fight.
When Coach Smitty's asked about what's happened to this team in some of the big games, South Carolina, Florida State, it's always about turnovers, too many turnovers. That's something you guys can't control unless you can just create an extraordinary game. Does that frustrate defense at all, and how do you express that as a teammate?
We can only do our job and just try to, if we do get turnovers, we got to fight to get some back. But, just supporting each other, because if we turn our backs on the offense when they have a turnover, then they're gonna turn it back when they get a score. So we work together as a team. We're not gonna try to point fingers, and because them same guys out there working with us at practice and grinding with us. So at times it gets frustrating, but you have to do your job, and you can't focus on that, and you can't blame the loss of a game on that, because even if we get turnovers, we got to get stops. So as a defense, we like to focus on what we can control. If a turnover, things we can control, we got to get the ball back. We got to stop it. So that's what we got to work on, and I feel like we'll get it done.
A lot of people have brought up the last Orange Bowl, and I'm sure it's something nobody wants to remember, but how far has this defense come under Brent the last 2 years, compared to the last time y'all were here in Miami?
We've come so far working in the defense, and that's evident. We up almost 50 spots from ranked from last year, and that's just people getting more familiar with the system, and players getting more mature. Like myself, I feel like I'm having a much better year than I did my sophomore year, which was a pretty solid season. It was my first time, really fully started, and I just feel like I'm getting better in the defense and getting better as a player. So as the season get on, I feel like we're getting stronger, and I just feel like even with a couple of our games now, just some big plays kind of threw off our stats a little bit, and then a couple late touchdowns a couple times kind of threw off our stats. I feel like I know we're a lot better than people give us credit for, and we know that, and it's in the numbers, so we're just trying to get better.
Does that continue to be a motivating factor?
Yes. Yeah, it has to be, when you want to get respect. People see Clemson as a high-power offensive team, and they just want to outscore everybody. But we've done our part, and then we're just trying to get better. And as long as we know we're doing our job.
Back to Braxton Miller. Is there a quarterback that he reminds you of? Who would you compare him to as far as great quarterbacks? Or do you think he's completely different? Even in the pros, is there anyone that you think he reminds you of?
I'm not sure really. I kind of feel like he's one of his own, just because of the plays they run with him. You know, it's a lot of design quarterback runs, and I feel like he's just. I think it's just his speed that just separates him
That's what I
from
was gonna
everybody.
say. It's like track stubber.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Grady, we got a live Google Hangout going on right now. Would you mind answering questions from one of our fans? Jason, what do you got for us, man?
Are you preparing for both quarterbacks, Kenny Guyton and Braxton Miller, since they're both really good quarterbacks and able to play?
We feel like they'll. I mean, we feel like they're both really capable guys, so we feel like they'll stick to their game plan with both of the guys. So we really just getting ready for the team as a whole, and they're both really good guys and really fast guys. So I feel like they're gonna run the same plays with both of them. So we just sticking to our game plan.
Randy, Coach, your defensive coordinator got kind of upset when somebody suggested there was going to be a shootout. I mean, do you guys bristle as a team, as a defense, to hear that suggestion that it's going to be a 50-40 game?
Yeah, it's because when that's what people say that they think that that's going to be, you know, that's, like he said, that's disrespectful, and then nobody likes to hear that being a defensive player. And, but we still got to go out and do our job, make sure that it's not a shootout. You know, nobody, like he said, no, we're not going out there saying, all right, let's get a stop here, so you know, so we can get another touchdown, just to stop them. Like, we got to outscore. We don't want our offense to outscore the opponent. We don't want to get stops and get them back the ball back. So when they say it's going to be a shootout, we don't like that at all, and we're trying to change that around.
What did you guys learn as a defense from Florida State?
That you got to come ready to play, and when you're playing against the best teams in the country, that there's zero error for mistakes. And when you make mistakes, we got to recover from them and recover from them fast, because the game get away from them before you know it, it's 45-7. So.
We got one more question from Nathan on Google+. Nathan, what you got?
You have improved a lot this season. I was just wondering, what's one aspect of your game that you feel like you don't get enough credit for?
I feel like I'm still not as respected as I should be. I feel like I'm a really good player. Like being third on the team in tackles, like 7-7. And I just see guys that's linebackers that don't got really that much. But no, it's not about me. So I just feel like I really improved as a player and all around, and just keep trying to get better, so get some more respect.
So you kind of had an ongoing thing. Like, you feel like your defense is overlooked. You feel like maybe you're overlooked. Do you think that might be an advantage that you guys have going into Friday?
Yeah, I mean, it could be an advantage. You know, a little motivating factor, but we know who we are, and we just got to stick to our game plan and execute. Just like I know who I am, and I feel like I'm gonna play a really good game, and just self-belief in myself, and just trying to get better. So it's all about progress.
What kind of challenge does Carlos Hyde present?
We're going to take a look at Spencer Shuey. Spencer Shuey is the senior linebacker at Clemson.
So I think just the preparation that we took for that game, and we definitely feel like that we understood that it did work, and kind of had that experience behind us of how to prepare and how to approach the game at a maturity level, and I definitely feel like that's going to help us this year.
Whatever guys are maybe covering a little bit is the Braves, Chip Heidemann. Just what have you seen of him on tape, and what are some impressions?
Oh, he's extremely big and physical tight end, and extremely fast. They'll line him up at slot receiver, and he can run some really good routes, and he's an extremely good blocker. And he's right up there with the offensive line as far as their blocking technique, and they're always on the same page, and he works really well with the quarterback and the timing, and he's definitely going to be a tough physical tight end and tough to handle.
Did Coach Venables get fired up there with that shootout question? Kind of get you going?
I felt it a little bit. I felt like he was getting a little intense up there. I felt like we were at practice for a second. So, it should be interesting in practice today. I'm sure he'll tell us about that in the meetings and how fired up he was. So it'll definitely be a little more motivation.
It's got to fire you guys up too, especially a linebacker, when you hear that kind of question asked as well, right?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with his answer up there, and that's not how we approach the game. And we don't try to just get one more stop in their defense. We definitely go out there and try to hold our goal every game is to hold them to 0 points, and that's what we're going to try to do.
You do a lot of good on good with Taj and those guys at practice. When you look at Ohio State on film, do you see those similarities with the good on good? Do you see like Taj and them when you're watching film of Ohio State?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like he was talking about, a lot of offenses go to the same clinic and just small different tweaks and different stems and stuff like that. But Taj is an extremely good passer, and so is Braxton Miller, and they can both run the ball, and so it's definitely see a lot of the same speed that you see against our offense.
But the emphasis is different. Obviously, they're going to establish the run where Clemson likes to establish the pass.
Yeah, that's the dangerous thing. Hopefully, we can be able to stop the run, and when we do, they can pass the ball just as efficient as our offense. So we're going to have to stay locked on the whole game, run and pass, even if no matter what down it is or anything like that. They definitely have the ability to do both.
Thanks, man.
Brady was talking about the shootout thing, how it's annoying to him to hear that Clemson's got a great offense and people are just expecting us to get in these shootouts. Is that extra motivation?
Yeah, I definitely think so. It's definitely our goal to hold them to no points. No matter who we're playing, we try to hold them to 0 and definitely try to give our offense the best chance to win. And for people to think it's going to be a high shootout, that's definitely a little more motivation for us and try to prove them wrong. And I hope our offense scores a lot, but I definitely hope theirs doesn't.
Everyone keeps bringing up the Orange Bowl. It was obviously a low point for the defense. How far has this group come since the last time you guys were playing under Coach Venables?
I feel like it is a completely different defense, and Coach Venables wasn't even our coach then. So, and from the player aspect, I feel like the maturity level has grown tremendously, and Coach Venables has brought an unbelievable amount of trust to us, and be able to trust each other, and just be able to prepare every day with what it takes, and it's definitely I feel like it's a completely different team, and I'm definitely looking forward to see how we act this year.
Was that a very young defense? I see a lot of juniors and seniors on this group now.
It was a pretty young defense, and especially from a maturity level and how we approached the preparation in the bowl game. And we don't have many seniors now, but we get a whole lot of juniors in that, and I feel like guys just grew up from a maturity point and definitely are more locked on and focused this year.
What has Coach Venables? Can you pinpoint one or two things that he's brought in that maybe we're missing?
I think just the amount of focus that he's taught us how to prepare with. He definitely emphasized the importance of each practice and each play, and it's definitely the little things that you have to try to master and understand and be able to go out there and perform on game day. And I feel like it's just the amount of focus that he's brought to our team.
How did you regroup after the Florida State game?
You just got to put it behind you. It was definitely a tough loss, and it definitely hurt, but you can't let one loss beat you twice. So we just had to correct the mistakes that we made and watch the film and make those corrections and worry about the next game. Just put that one behind us and go out and try to get that taste out of our mouth.
How would you describe your defense if somebody had never seen it, just the way you thought it?
I definitely like to think that a relentless defense, guys, that you got half the defense at the ball on every play, and guys just swarming to the ball, and just a relentless defense.
completely different? I mean, that's the Virginia game. How much does that drive you guys? Go back and take place. Let's show a completely different defense.
Yeah, it is a completely different defense, and I feel like different guys and a different coordinator and all that. But Coach Sweeney did say 2 years ago when we lost that game in the locker room that we'd be back and we'd have another chance at this game. And here we are 2 years later, and definitely feel like this would be a great year for us in this game, and we'll get that sour taste out of it.
Spencer, what are you going to miss most about Coach Sweeney?
I would say just kind of the family culture that he's put into Clemson. He definitely brought that culture with him when he came, and kind of just hired the staff and recruited the players that aren't just good players, but great people, and probably just the overall culture that he's been able to establish at Clemson.
I heard he got out there and played beach volleyball with you guys yesterday.
Yeah, I wasn't playing, but I did see him down there trying to spike a few. I don't know how good he was, but I definitely saw him.
He was pretty good.
Was he?
Video of him. Is he that type of coach where he interacts with the players a lot?
Oh yeah, he definitely is. He's definitely brings that energy to practice, and he'll definitely get on you if he needs to, but he definitely knows how to relax and have a good time with you and play music at practice and make sure we're all having a good time, but not too much fun to where we're not focused and not having a good day. So he's definitely the perfect balance.
Spencer, did you hear that quote late in the season came out of Ohio State that they could wipe the floor with Florida State and Alabama? If you did, is this kind of a ACC? You're standing up for the ACC this week?
I didn't hear that quote. I didn't really pay much attention to that, but I definitely feel like any time that you can get on the national stage, you definitely try to represent your conference and especially your school and Clemson. And there's going to be a lot of people watching it, and it's definitely going to be a good marketing tool for the ACC and for Clemson.
Spencer, we got a live Google Hangout going on right now with some fans. Jason has a question for you. Would you mind answering?
I know any loss is devastating, but which loss hurt worse, against Florida State or South Carolina at the end of the season, and why?
I'm not really. Both of them hurt a tremendous amount. They were both tough losses, and we felt like we had great preparation going into the week, and they both hurt a lot. But I would probably have to say, if I had to choose one, the South Carolina game probably hurt the most, and just because of that rivalry and the tradition that goes along with that, and for me being my last time ever playing them, I definitely wanted to get that at least one win against them, and we weren't able to do that. So that was definitely a tough moment for me and the rest of the seniors.
What are you guys doing to prepare to make sure that outcome doesn't happen again?
Just correct the mistakes that we made during that game. There's nothing we can do about that loss now. We just can learn from it and grow from it, and try not to make the same mistakes. And every loss that we have, we definitely feel like we grow from it. You have to try to find the good from those bads, and try to make sure we use that to help make sure.
Any more questions for Spencer? Cool. It's Spencer's birthday today, actually. How old are you?
23.
23. What are you doing for your birthday, man?
I don't know. Family's coming down, so I'm going to try to hang out with them. Probably just hang out at the hotel. Apparently that's a place to be. I don't know.
It is the place to be. They're set up at the Fountain Blue in South Beach. You guys are like steps away from Lincoln Road, so they're having a good time down there. Thanks very much. Last person we have over here is Robert Smith.
I'm going to read his copy very closely.
Do you guys have any questions for the junior C?
Bend over backwards fair, right?
That's one of those teams when you're growing up, you always paid attention to. And I played quarterback growing up, so I paid attention. And just going to go into Ohio State, I always kept up with Ohio State. And I was always as a quarterback, short, awesome. So, and then they had Troy Smith, and so that's one thing that So I was like, this is pretty cool. I'm playing Ohio State. No, I got a couple of questionnaires and things like that, but it wasn't no heavier.
Do you guys even know the history of Ohio State Clemson? What happened when the whole time you guys?
I didn't realize the history. I didn't even know they played until I heard somebody talk about the Gator Bowl in 1978 and Woody Hayes, not the player after the interception that sealed the game.
Charlie Malcolm, you know who he is?
I have no idea.
He was the
Yeah.
player that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, Robert, we're doing a Google Hangout, live Google Hangout. So we got some fans live on the computer right now to answer.
Yeah, out of the wide receivers that Ohio State has, which one is more prolific or can get past you, do you think, down the field and make the big play?
Ohio State have great players. They're going to go out there and play their game, and their receivers are great. I feel like they're underestimated, and, you know, we have to go out there and play. Braxton Miller is known for his legs, but the more and more I watch film, I feel like Braxton Miller is a great passer. You have to be real cognizant of the way he passes the ball. Very good arm strength, accuracy, and precision.
What else do we have? Oh, awesome. Robert, you know, as far as, you know, your preparation, you were part of the game a couple of years ago. Obviously, didn't go the way you wanted. What changes have you guys seen since you've been down here? You looked at your schedules a lot more relaxed. Does that help?
You know, after you do stuff for the first time, you learn. You know, we came down here the first time, you know, we felt like some of the things we did possibly affected the way that we played. And so, you know, we try to make changes in what we've done. Just try to be a little easier on our bodies, but also being mentally ready for the game. You know, it's one thing to be mentally ready and one thing to be mental. A lot of people don't realize that, you know, the game is actually 10% physical and more mental, because we are just as much in the meeting room that we are on the practice field. So that's one thing that we've done is, you know, try to change from the last time we was here.
It's probably gotten a little annoying to hear about the past Orange Bowl. Is it? A lot of people are talking about the hype of this being a high-scoring game. Do you guys take offense to that as a defense?
Yeah, I feel like on both sides, that's almost like a disrespect towards both of us. You know, no team want to be in a shootout, especially for the defense. It's good for the offense. You know, they put up a lot of points, but, you know, anytime you're talking 20, 30, 40, and possibly 50 points, that's nothing no defense won. You know, possibility of just getting 20 points is hard enough already. And so, you know, as a defense, you know, we want to go out there and give a great performance each and every time.
Absolutely. So what are you guys doing? Like, do you have any, you know, things that you do to prepare for the game, you know, as far as music that you listen to, any kind of superstitions, eat, you know, 15 cheeseburgers the night before, anything like that?
No, we, every day before the game, we all just go to the team. I mean, as a team, we go to the movies and just, you know, be as a family. And, you know, at Clemson, we big on being a family. So we all sit there together, watch a movie, and then, you know, after that, we have a meeting with Coach Sweeney. And after Coach Sweeney, we had that one little meeting before the day of the game, and, you know, just put everything into focus and, you know, go to sleep with the game and everything on our mind, you know, and get ready for the task at hand against the team that we're going to play.
That family atmosphere that you talked about, you know, where did that come from? Does that come from Coach Sweeney? Does that come from, you know, you guys, you know, your players, your senior leadership? Where does that go?
That comes from Coach Sweeney, but also from the staff that he also put together. You ever notice that with all of our coaches, they're real big on families. They have kids themselves, and their kids get along with each other. And, you know, that's something, you come to Clemson, that's something you can't just explain. It's Clemson it sells itself. To me, it's like no other, and that's one thing that I really like about Clemson. It's not one of these places where you go and you just feel like you're alone or you don't have nobody. You have someone to relate to, and there's someone there that's gonna love you like that you're their own, you're their own. So I feel like, you know, that's one thing about Clemson, and it's the fans too. I don't feel like, you know, no one has better fans than us. They know who we are, whether you 2-star or 5-star. You know, they give you great respect, and, you know, they come and pat you on the back and, you know, let you know that, you know, if we lose, they're still there for us, and we win, they're still there for us. But, you know, just being in Death Valley, that's with things like that, that's just crazy. Just running down the hill and, you know, just being a part of, you know, 85,000 people a game is.
It's nothing like it.
Yeah.
Nothing like it. Thanks a lot, Robert. Really appreciate your time. Let's get out of here.
Hey, Rob, we're going to do a group photo.
Well, I've been
I'm in Miami. We're seeing it happen.
Thank you guys. See you. Come over, someone. Come over, someone. I already got this stood up. Let's start. One, two, three. One, two, three. Let me get into the pose. Go into the pose. You're putting on or something. Yeah, yeah. There you go. There you go. All right, all right. Oh, you're too slow. Too slow. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Good. Get one more. The last one we good. 1, 2. Good?
Yeah, hey, we got
we gotta get one. Okay, perfect.
All right, thanks. We got one.
So that concludes day 2 of our media day here with Clemson Defense. Guys, thanks a lot for having us by. Say shout out, put everybody out on Google. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it, guys.
We're ready to go?
Yep. We're going to be back with our live media conference with the head coaches of both offense and defense for Ohio State and Clemson. They're going to be on January 2nd. Tune in at 8 a.m. for the live feed. And thanks for coming back. If you guys have any questions, submit them to obi@orangebowl.org. We'll try to get your questions asked for you in a couple days. Thanks a lot.